Why'd you do that?
Good angle. Otherwise, it's low and then it's like boring. I want to stand. How are you making this live on Facebook? Wow.
Live. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You've been on for 2 minutes, it says.
Oh, that's a lot of minutes. Oh, shit.
Hold on a second.
Stand. You didn't tag me, did you?
You're tagged.
Well, is it like on my page? Let me see. Let me see.
You'll see yourself there. Hi, Sam. Hello. Hey, Jen Young Ro. Welcome.
Let me see. I don't see anybody talking to me.
They're showing up as that they joined.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Carlos.
Oh. Otherwise, it's low.
Happy Friday, Kai. I see Valerie's on.
I can't hear it. Should I? Okay, hold on. This is cool. Wait.
They're showing up. All right.
My phone here?
Let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, welcome everybody. I see people jumping on right now. Please say hi. If you are on and watching us. You're watching us live right now. Please just put comment the word live. And if you are watching after the live and you're watching it replay, please comment replay. Hey, Derek, good to see you. Hi, Allison. Hi, everybody. Okay, welcome to Live with Leo.
Live with Leo.
And I have a special guest.
Oh,
sidekick, co-host. I love doing this stuff with her. Valerie. You all right?
You guys were vibrating my phone with the message, the live.
Okay. Valerie Scrimenti. Valerie and I have been friends for a while, and we met through a mutual friend of ours. And she lives in Costa Mesa, and she has a very, very eclectic and interesting career. She also is a transplant, originally from another state. I will let her give her introduction so I don't give it all away. So Valerie, take it away.
Not that interesting. I'm from Chicago, and I am a voiceover actress here I live in Orange County, and I record my auditions and everything in my closet, which is my studio. And now with the COVID-19, everybody is still working, but they're all working from home. The studios are chiming in with Source Connect, so it's kind of nice.
That's awesome. So, so you were not originally from California. Where were you? Where were you born and raised?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
So, so you lived there until when?
So I've been in California, I think it's 6 years in June. And before that, I lived in Kansas for 7 years.
Kansas.
Overland Park, Kansas. It's very nice. Overland Park is a very nice place, I have to say.
Yeah. And the only thing I know about Kansas is they have tornadoes. I'm a California native. I had never experienced that kind of stuff before. So how did you deal with that kind of stuff?
It was bad. So I'm from Chicago, and we used to have tornadoes, and we'd go in the basement. But in Kansas, everybody was used to it, and they would be like the sirens would go off, and everybody would be outside watching, and I would be in the basement with the kids, and I'd have the TV blare, and it was scary. One time we were in, Lifetime Fitness. It's a big workout facility, kind of like Equinox.
Yeah.
In the middle of class, it was 11. The sky went whack, whack. And they're like, everybody, go down to the locker room. There's a tornado down the road. And we had to wait in the locker room for 2 hours, and my son had to go in the locker. and hide in the locker. It wasn't a bad tornado, but he was afraid of the wind for about a year and a half after that. He was traumatized. It was scary. It was bad.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because it's interesting living here all my life in California. We don't hear about how that stuff works because we don't get them here, so we don't have no idea, what that's like. And we don't get like news about Kansas having tornadoes and this is what they have to do and this is what they have to do to protect themselves. We don't know anything about that. I mean, we might hear like, a 10-second thing, like there was a tornado that took out 20 homes and such, whatever. But that's the extent of it. So you lived in Kansas for how many years?
7.
7 years. And so now you're here for about 6 years in California,
Yes.
and specifically 6 years in Orange County, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Irvine first, and now I'm in Costa Mesa.
Okay. So one of the main things I know everybody wants to know is that you are a voiceover actress.
Uh-huh.
And so, I'm always super interested on how you became a voiceover actress, and then what was your journey to get here, and then what kind of films and movies that you had worked on. Just give us, some idea of like your journey up to this point.
Okay, well, it's definitely a long journey. So, when I was younger, my dad used to bring home the old cartoons, like on the VHS, like the old black and white Betty Boops and anything Max Fletcher. And he said that someday you can be the voice in these cartoons, because when I was little, my voice was higher and kids would tease me, and it was always kind of an issue. So he planted that seed in my head. So in my defense, when people would say stuff, I'd be like, well, I'm going to be the voice in cartoons someday. But I was kind of joking. I didn't really mean it, because I didn't even know what voiceover was. But so I was embarrassed. I'm 43 now, probably embarrassed till I was 37. Whenever I moved here is when it kind of stopped. So I was married, and my husband's job brought me here. Got to California, and I thought, well, I guess I should do this voiceover thing, because I'm here and this is where you do it. And the moment I got here, people would stop me, like in the grocery store, at the checkout at like Nordstrom's, and they're like, do you do voiceover? Do you do voiceover? Because, I have a unique voice or whatever. And I met a friend at my kid's school, and he gave me a name of a coach. And I drove every Saturday to Burbank, and my class was from 2 to 6. And then that's when I started. So that was almost 5 years ago. I started to learn what voiceover was. And what I learned was it's not just reading, it's acting. It's a lot of acting, because you're acting with your voice. Because when you watch the cartoons and they're falling from the sky, or they're jumping and doing crazy things, you have to make it believable. And with voiceover, you don't memorize it, you read it. You're not supposed to memorize it, you gotta read it. And most of the time you're by yourself and you're talking to yourself, which is kind of hard, because say I'm having a conversation with a pony, I have to pretend like the pony's there. So I don't know, it's been a journey, and it's still a journey, because it's very competitive. But I'm lucky, because I'm in a very small category of people. There's a few of us that have the younger voices, and that makes us unique, but it's a very small group. And I had a voiceover agent, and then I lost it. So now I'm looking for another voiceover agent, but I auditioned a lot, and I had a call back for a really big part for Disney in November, which I can't say. But I'm still waiting and hoping, because the last I heard, they haven't decided. And I'm in a couple of YouTube animated series, cartoons, nothing fancy. And I've done some online things, games.
So what roles have you been in that some of us might know of?
Just so one is called the Kindy Kids. Their kids might know. Like the Shopkins. They're like these little toys. Mm-hmm. There's these little toys, and I'm a bunny cart. I'm a talking bunny cart. which the main characters of the show are these little kindergarten girls, and they're actually kids. They're real 6-year-olds, but they cast adults for like the smaller roles. And I'm the talking bunny cart. And I'm a toy because that toy's at Target. Like they made me into a toy. So that's pretty cool.
So you're basically an action figure.
I went down the aisle one day and I was like, let's see if there's toys for the show. And I saw it and I bought 2 and I was very excited. I'm like, look, I'm a toy. But that's like my biggest thing I've done. Because like I said, it's a journey. And I just started auditioning really the last year and a half. And without an agent, it's kind of hard. But I got those on my own.
Sure. Awesome.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I of course, I don't have any kids, so I don't know anything about the shows, but I know literally everybody else I know all have little kids, so they probably know what it is.
Oh, yeah. And I've auditioned for like, stuff on Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney. But those things take time. And then a lot of production has stopped right now because of everything. They're trying to figure out how they can keep going on with social distancing.
Yeah. So everybody's just kind of doing whatever they can, but your voice, obviously, that's the key part, because most of us, I mean, I can't think of a single person other than you that have a super unique voice like yours, and then use that voice, for whatever you're passionate about. In this case would be voiceovers. And so you always had the voice like this, and as you kind of grew older. So tell us some stories about that. And
They say like the thing you hate the most is probably your biggest strength. And
yeah,
I hated it. Like I wouldn't even raise my hand in class. I wouldn't raise my hand in class. I didn't want to draw attention to myself, so I would just kind of zip it. And I was a dancer, and that didn't require your voice. I worked at Dairy Queen for a couple of years, and they had a drive-through, the speaker, and I'm like, I'm not getting on that. I'm not working the drive-through. So my boss let me not work the drive-through. This has always been a topic. I've had people, when telemarketers used to call the house, now they kind of call your cell phone, and they would ask to speak to my mommy or daddy, and I'm like, yeah, I think so. Or if I call a doctor's office, like for the first time, and they're like, and I'm talking about my kids, they say, well, somebody 18 years old or older needs to bring them. I'm like, okay. But the good thing is now when I call somewhere, they know who. I never have to say who I am. They know.
that, like you said, it's your greatest strength, because no matter what you decide to do, like if you went into sales or whatever, you would stand out among everybody else. As soon as you open your mouth, they'll know who you are. That's a huge advantage. I wish I had some kind of a unique voice like that, so that I never have to introduce myself. I open my mouth and say hi, and like, oh yeah, you're Leo. We know who you are.
I don't want to talk because I don't want to draw attention to myself, but I have a hard time keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah. So that brings me to the other thing I wanted to talk about, because you also do some stand-up comedy.
Yes, I started that in a year ago. I took a class. I have this thing, like I like to push myself. I don't know why. It's good to push ourselves, right? And my friend posted a picture. He was taking a stand-up class, and I was like, oh, that looks fun. I want to do that. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, yes, you do. No, you don't. Well, I took it. And then I had my first showcase in May, and it was very scary, but it was fun. So like you get up there for 5 minutes. Each comedian has 5 minutes. It's a really long 5 minutes. But yeah, and you have to like set up the joke. Like there's a rhythm to it. Like you have to like set it up, the punchline, and then like the joke.
Yeah.
But
I know it's tough. It's super tough. I know that. But all of you guys watching, you guys all should check her out. The next time she has a show, you guys all should just come and make a party of it.
yeah, I might do some. I do it mostly in Burbank, and I might maybe do some in Orange County.
So friend her on Facebook, follow her on Facebook, follow her on Instagram, and she will announce those dates and times when she does that. And
Yeah, when it's live again. They're doing it now, but it's all on Zoom, and I don't want to do that.
yeah. So anyway, on this show, we are, aside from your super interesting character and personality, how has the virus and the shutdown and all that stuff been going for you, especially today?
Today, well, so did you? I got a text yesterday saying that I can go get that COVID-19 antibody test.
Oh yeah.
So I went, and I sat in my car, waited for my turn, and they took blood from me, and then I find out in like 3 or 5 days, like if I had it or if I'm immune to it. So that's good. And otherwise, to me, every week feels like one big day.
Yeah, I know.
For you, like today's Friday, wasn't it just Monday like yesterday?
Totally.
I wake up like, what we're doing?
Because every day the scenery is the same, right? You wake up the same scenery, like you don't have to go on appointments and stuff like that. Like we both have the kind of work where we go on appointments and we go here, we go there, we do this. And
Yeah.
so like every day you're home, so like every day is Groundhog Day.
It is. I mean, I go to the grocery store, and then I've been running at the back bay, which I don't like to run at all. But lately, I'm like, I'm gonna run. I have nothing else to do. And then everybody's running, and if you like go outside and watch, everybody's lunging and squatting by the stoplights. I'm like, come on, everybody's watching. Like, I know we all missed it, Jim.
But yeah, I'd love to talk more about the outdoor stuff because I do some of it as well. But I'm curious about the antibody stuff. So who told you about it? What do you know about it? Like, how can you get tested? What was the testing procedure like? And how long did it take to get some results back? So that if other people want to go do that, how would they go about it?
Oh yeah, it's at at least this text was from the Express Urgent Care walking clinic, and I know there's one in Tustin and Huntington Beach, Costa Mesa, and Irvine. So if you just go to the Express Urgent Care website, and you click, and then you pick a time, and you can get tested if you think you have it. Which
well, we'll put those links down in the comments when we're done, so people can have it. But it seems like there's multiple clinics that will do them, and basically they're just drawing your blood and testing it, or how does that work?
It took like 5 minutes. I had to fill out all my stuff on the phone, like my insurance, which they did not take my insurance because I'm Hogue. But that's only $95, which isn't too bad. And then you had to wait in your car, and then they called you when it was your turn. You go in the back door, and then they draw your blood, and that's it.
Okay, so basically just a blood test.
Yeah, it's like that much.
So one vial blood test, and then they tell you when?
And then you go on this website, register. Oh no, you just sneezed. That is like illegal.
It's a good thing we're virtual right now, huh? Otherwise, I've infected 50 people.
Can't breathe. I mean, I'm in the store with my mask, and I'm like, oh, my nose itches. I'm like, don't itch your nose. Don't itch your nose. God, I gotta itch my nose.
So how long before you get your test back, they said?
3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days. Okay. Well, that's cool. I think everybody should get tested. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, because if you're immune, then you're kind of good, right? If you've already maybe had it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was sick for like a day. I felt the cold coming on in like, I don't remember, January. I don't know. But I took those zinc chewy tablets.
And
that like zapped it.
Oh, that's great.
I'm like, well, maybe that was it. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah. I hear that people who have the coronavirus should also take zinc tablets as well.
Yeah, if you can find them.
Yeah. Are they all out now?
Paper towel.
Yeah.
That's how it's affected me. I can't buy paper towel. I can buy toilet paper, but I can't find paper towel.
I know. I heard the story of somebody who was at the store and they have like 6 kids, and they're buying extra paper towels, but they limited her how many she could buy, and she was like, I need these for my kids.
Yeah,
And so somebody else, fortunately, somebody else stepped in and bought the extra ones for her.
that's good.
So that was nice.
I mean, because I'm using the cloth, but I really need paper towel. Like, I love paper towel. But I think they're going to get them because my mom lives in Chicago and there's paper towel there. So she's shipping some to me.
Oh, good. That's what moms are for, right?
Like, did you get your paper towel? I'm like, no, it's not here. We're not here yet.
Awesome. So, so I know you're working on some stuff right now. You're working on your website. There's some things you're making changes to.
Yes, actually, I'm always working on my website. I was a graphic designer before I was a voiceover person. So it's like never finished. I did hire somebody today to like really dig in and help me. I was trying to do it on my own, the whole marketing thing, but I took the plunge today and I hired like the real person to really help me.
Oh, that's great.
She's like really big in the voiceover world, and I'm excited. And then I was online because I'm an actress too, and you can self-submit. So there's all these commercials now, like the COVID commercials if you're watching TV. And some of the breakdowns, they all say like, film it in your house if you have somebody in the house that knows how to work a camera. I'm like, what? So do you know how to work a camera? I need somebody that knows how to work a camera.
Well, just so everybody knows, you're a mom of 2, right? And how old are your kids, and boy or girl? Or
Michael's 14 and he's graduating 8th grade. Well, he was graduating 8th grade, and my daughter's 12.
Oh, okay. So you got almost 2 teenagers.
Oh, they're teenagers.
Almost, yeah, almost 2 teenagers. So your son, he's 14. You could probably hold a camera, right?
Well, I think they want like an actual like a real. It says somebody that knows how to work a camera, like a video.
Like a rig, like a real rig.
Yeah. Like everybody in LA that works on set, they're probably like golden. Like if they're married to the camera guy, that I'm not. So. But it was very interesting. So I think for the voiceover world, a lot of commercials are gonna be just like digitally made, not with the live actors. So that's benefiting us.
So all the motion video artists that do like films where they overlay stuff, all those people are all in high demand right now.
Yeah.
Super high demand.
I think it's gonna come back. I mean, they're just gonna have, when they do start filming again, they're putting like people in groups of 3, like, and they gotta separate everybody. So the cast's gonna be way smaller.
So has the industry been keeping up with you? Are you in the Actors Guild by chance? Okay, so has the guild been keeping you up to date about like what's been going on and what have they been telling you?
There's a lot of emails and a lot of webinars and Zooms, and they keep us informed every day. I don't really read them all because it's too much, but they're keeping everybody.
But generally, can you tell people that are watching just generally what's the state of the industry and what kinds of things are they implementing?
I think I haven't heard yet, but Hollywood is like, stuff's like not filming right now, but I think it's gonna slowly open up. But I'm thinking maybe September.
So do you know if the movies that were in production, they would have to stop, and so there's going to be delays in releasing those shows or
I haven't heard that yet, but I would assume. But then again, I know that stuff's gonna have to be made faster. I heard that like when they had like X amount of days, it's gonna be like shorter. They're gonna have less number of days to do things. So I know all that's gonna change.
So
and the casting process is virtual.
Yeah. So instead of actors, actresses working 12-hour days, they might have to work 18.
Yeah, they get paid more though. So nice. The union, they really help with the.
Yeah, they can stay upright, right?
I've been on set before when I used to do background. When it's like 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
you have to act like it's hard. You're so tired. I'm like, what time is it? Like,
I know. So you are passionate about something that I'm passionate about, especially times like this. I'm cooking more than ever.
yeah. Well,
Um,
I'm not really passionate about cooking, but I'm starting. I think I'm getting it.
yeah, yeah. Well, I love it, but it takes time, you know. So of course we have time, we do it. So what have you been making?
Well, this is how it started. It started with Easter because I had to make all my family's traditions myself.
Mhm.
And so then that was what I made Yonkis. Well, I call them Yonkis, but it's like you pronounce it like Yonki. Those potato dumplings, the Italian potato dumplings. So then I kind of got the urge to cook, even though I was tired for like a week. I didn't want to cook. Then my daughter said that my ex-husband's a better cook than me, and I was like, what? Well, fine, I'm gonna prove her wrong. So I made scallops last night. They were delicious. I bought really good scallops from Bristol Farms. And it had butter and lemon and capers, and they were like the restaurant.
Ooh, sounds good.
I know I'm hungry now. I want it. So
Yeah.
I did, and then I made risotto.
Mm.
Turned out okay.
The
And
scallops, you just sear them, right?
scallops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it said to leave it on the one side for 3 minutes. Don't touch it. So I had my timer Alexa gonna talk to me now. For 3 minutes, and then I turned it, and it was like 2 minutes. I had to take it out, and then I had to cook the sauce, and then put the scallops in and cover it. It was really good.
Yeah, scallops are good. Easy, and taste good.
Apparently, they are easy. So I was like, oh, these are easy. They're kind of expensive. It was like, I mean, it
Yeah,
was delicious. I don't care.
scallops are really expensive, but that's appropriate. You're Italian, and you make Italian food.
I mean, I want to have scallops like every day. See, when you go to a restaurant, they only give you like 4. And when you're really hungry, you're like, oh, I need more.
Well, they charge a premium for it.
I know, but 4 is not enough. I had 6 and I had 5 last night.
Oh my gosh, scallop overload.
Oh,
So you think you'll make it again because you like it?
yeah, but I bought a frozen. Have you ever cooked frozen scallops? I've never. I bought a bag of frozen. I don't know if
Well,
it's
yeah, you have to defrost them.
good. They're not gonna be as good because it was
You
frozen.
you take them out, you let them thaw, and then you're ready to go.
What have you been cooking?
What have I been cooking? Oh my gosh, I've been cooking a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna release another cooking video. Have you
Okay.
seen my cooking videos?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it? I've made like 5 so far.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah. You scroll back into my profile, you'll see some cooking videos. Anyway, what did I make? I've made salmon fried rice.
Ooh, yummy.
I've made I made some dumplings. What else have I made? I make steaks. I make salads. You know, all kinds of different salads. I love fresh produce, but I can't go to the farmer's market now, so I have to go to the regular store. I hate that. I don't like regular store.
The grocery store.
Yeah, that is that what they call them?
Yeah. Well, sometimes at the farmers market, I don't like the Newport one. The Newport farmers market is like,
Yeah, it's not very. There isn't very many vendors.
no, it's just like nuts and
Yeah.
salsa. I'm like, I don't need any nuts. I don't need any salsa.
Okay, well, that's kind of our little bit of wrap. We talked about a lot about you, which is super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because not every day you get to meet an actress, who stars in shows.
Yeah. Tomorrow, no, Sunday, I'm taking an online Zoom class with the casting director that cast the movie I Feel Pretty.
Yeah, that's great. We'll have to you'll have to let us know if
Yeah.
got the roles or not, and we want to stay tuned. And you'll leave in the comments your links to your
The thing.
yeah, to your website so people can see who you are.
How do you do that?
And you just put your website in there, but you can do it afterwards.
Okay.
You got tested, so in 3 days you can tell me if you're safe to hug.
I better have had it because I'm done. I'm done. Cover myself.
Yeah, it would be interesting. So you have to keep us updated on that. And then you're going to show us your website, which you're working on. It's constantly getting improved.
Yeah, it's gonna be improved again.
And I know that there's more scallops in all of our future.
Yummy. That's my go-to. Maybe that's the only dish I'm good at. That's okay. I don't
Is there anything you'd like to tell our audience before we go?
I want a really good margarita recipe. Oh, I know. Does anybody know what a really good tequila is to make a margarita? Like, I've never had to make my own.
Okay.
Like, what's the best tequila for to make? What's the best tequila? Because when I go out, I'm very picky. I don't know what they're putting in it. I'm just drinking it. Because I have one from Trader Joe's and it's not good.
I think you're going to probably get about like 20 different recommendations because everybody has their own taste, just like you said, of which vodka, which alcohol they like with their margarita. You know, tequila, not vodka. Sorry.
Yeah, I love tequila.
So you might have to do some sampling.
I know. I don't drink I mean, I did make one. It's nothing good. I just can't wait till the restaurants are open. I can order a margarita.
Okay, well, it's been fun. Thank you for coming on the show with me.
Thank
Getting to know all my audience, letting my audience know my good friend Valerie. If you guys like it, please hit that like button or love button. Leave us a comment. Any questions that you guys might have for Valerie, please put them in the comments and we'll answer them. If you guys want to see more posts and things like that from me, I have a private group called OC Lifestyles with Leo Chen. And over there, I tend to post a lot of the news, things that's going on. Of course, with the virus, I try to keep that tone down. But a lot of stuff that I'm doing, different places to hike, different places to go, things to do, where to go get takeout, all that cool stuff. So you can find me there on OC Lifestyles with Leo Chen. And this is a wrap. Happy Friday to you all. Thank you for joining me on Live with Leo, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Leo. Bye.